Hey everyone, Roy here with another video. And listen, if you've been struggling for a way to make videos and edit them from a Windows PC, then this video is for you. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. But before I get into that, if you're new here, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, it helps the algorithm, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, go down to the comments and write I subscribed, and I will do my best to follow up with each and every one of you that takes the time to do that. I appreciate it. Okay, so Mac has iMovie, right? And Windows used to have Windows Movie Maker, but Microsoft stopped supporting that and stopped upgrading that. And so there isn't a good video editing software that comes with Windows, primarily Windows 10, Windows 11. So what do you do? What do you use to edit videos? Now, if you have been making short form content, and by short form, I mean platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, that sort of thing. You're probably familiar with TikTok, and probably you started with TikTok and its video editing. But here's an interesting side note. TikTok, the company that founded and makes TikTok, ByteDance, also makes another program you might be familiar with called CapCut. CapCut is a video editing software that you can use on your cell phone, but they also make a desktop app, and it works really, really well, and it's free. So let me show you how to go get it. Okay, so from your Windows PC, you need to go to the Microsoft Store. Probably in your Start menu somewhere. You can also hit your search. If you have the, I changed my search bar to just the little icon because I don't like all that space being used. But anyways, you can search for Microsoft. You'll probably see the Microsoft Store or find it in your Start menu. Mine is right here. Okay. Once you pull up your Microsoft Store, you're going to have to be signed in with a Microsoft account. You're going to have to be connected to the internet, right? Then you are going to search for CapCut. And here it is. And you can see provided and updated by ByteDance PTE Ltd. Okay, just go ahead and install that. Okay, it's installing. Now what I'm going to do with this video is once this program is installed, I am going to stop recording this video, and I'm going to take the first part of this video and I'm going to put it in CapCut and show you what I do to start editing my video and how it works. Just a few tips and tricks that I've learned by using CapCut. And then I will take that second half that I'm actually showing you and I'll plop it on the end. It's really easy to grab other clips and put them together and add transitions and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so that's installed, and just I wanted to show you what I was talking about, ByteDance, right? And it's byte as in megabyte. But if you go here to their website, they kind of have a cool, and this is a China-based company, they have a cool little timeline down here, kind of show you, how things started, how they progressed. They actually created TikTok in 2016, but it was only available in China. Later, 2017, a year later, is when TikTok went out to the rest of the world, and then it started getting popular. And, we all know what it is today, right? And, how do they have their own music and stuff? Well, that's because the musical.ly, ByteDance acquired that company, and then they merged it together with TikTok. So it's all one app now. That's why TikTok has access to all the different music that it does, because it used to be, or they took a music app, they bought it and all the rights and everything and the way it works, and then they merged that into TikTok. So it has its own music, which is pretty cool. All right, CapCut. So I'm going to stop recording right here. Okay, now this is the second part of the video. I've stopped recording that first part and I'm going to go edit it. Before that, I'm actually going to show you what I use to record, because I also use a free program to record, and it's a little different than you might think. Okay, so you see this right here? This is Zoom. Zoom is also free. I use Zoom to record my meetings, and I just literally pop up a new meeting, and I'm the only one in it. I don't share it with anybody. And then there's a record button, and I just record the meeting. It's not necessarily really a meeting because I'm not really, meeting with other people. I'm just recording myself and my screen. But Zoom is incredibly powerful with all the things you can do. You have a little whiteboard, you have the ability to share your screen like I'm doing here, you can share your sound, and you can record all of that, and then you can take that into an editing software and have it posted on YouTube. Okay, so the very first time that you load CapCut on a computer, it's going to test your computer to see if your computer could run CapCut effectively, and then you'll get this message if you can. Now, if you can't, you're probably not going to be able to use CapCut, but I've used this on several computers. Even this one's relatively an older computer, and it works just fine. So as you can see, your computer can run CapCut smoothly. Okay, here's a video that I did yesterday. I'm just going to delete that because I don't like taking up space on my computer. Now, I'm going to start creating, right? And then you open up software. What I love about their software is it's relatively easy to understand. Down here's your timeline, here's your media, you have access to audio, and since again, this is the same company that made TikTok, you have access to all the different audios from TikTok as well, if you want to use them. I personally, when I'm making a longer video, I use the YouTube music library because it's already royalty free and it's longer songs. And I download those and then I use those, and you can change the volumes and different things. But anyways, all right, let's go grab the first part. So when you record a meeting in Zoom, you get, wherever you told it to share your meetings to, you get this little MP4 file. All you're going to do is take that when you're on media over here, see media in the corner, you're going to drag your video over there. All right, so now we have a video. First part of this video is 5 minutes long. So now when I get the second one, I'm just going to see if I was going to make this longer. See, and that would just be duplicating it, but I'm not going to do that. But let's just hit the delete key there. All right, so now you can see I have the video. The very first thing I like to do is come in here and get rid of the first part before I start talking, right? So we go, you can see the audio track down there. I get rid of that first part before I start talking. The very next thing I like to do is I like to do captions, because you never know if the person watching your video is in a situation where they can't have the sound on. Maybe they need captions so that they can understand what's going on in the video. So I do over here to text, and I do auto captions, create. Takes it a few minutes depending on how fast your computer is. My data on this computer is on a slow spinning hard drive, so it takes it a little bit longer than typical. And this is just a 5-minute video, so hopefully it goes a little longer. And when I add my second clip, I'm actually going to redo this and do it again. But come in here, the very first text, we're just going to play a little bit here. All right, so you can see the text there. I don't like the normal system text. I like to make it, something a little easier to read. So I do that one, and I like to add the little shadow behind. So I do that. Just simple, something simple that you do every day. Okay, I'm going to put myself down here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, so the next thing I do is I come in here, and you can hold down Control and use the scroll wheel and zoom in or zoom out, or you can come over here and use the zoom in and zoom out. But I like to identify my pauses and see what it was. See that? I was just clearing my throat. Sometimes I'll cut that out, sometimes I won't. Now, a little tip is you use the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard once you have captions in there, and you can jump to the front or the back of whatever's there. Very helpful. See that? And then if you use the right arrow key, you can go over just a couple of frames or back. And then up here is split. You can also use Control B like it shows, but the part I'm going to split is over here. See where I said, hey, let's go get the app, right? So if we play that, all right, so I said I'm going to go get it. I start looking down. I'm going to press the up, so it's going to take me back to there. I'm going to go over a couple of frames until just before I look down, right? Because I should have been done saying what I was saying. Sometimes I'm not done saying it before I look down, but there we go. All right, so right there is where I want to cut it. So I'm going to do Control B, and then I want to take this caption, and I also want to make it shorter because I want to make it end where that cut is, right? And you can zoom in a little more if that is easier for you, okay? And then over here, I'm going to press the down arrow. Let's see, then that's where I start talking again. I'm going to go over a little bit, and before the words and the sound starts coming in, maybe one more frame. Control B. Now see, this is a separate clip. It's just dead space. We're going to get rid of it. So I'm going to hit delete. There it goes. Now we have a little spot there where I'm going to change from just showing my face to, sharing my screen. So transitions. The very first time you do a transition, you have to download it first. So like this one, if we were going to look at that, we'd download it. And then, hold on. We haven't added it yet. We gotta go back over here. And if I was to press this little plus, then you see the little transition added in there, right? Now, if we hit play, then it would do that. And sometimes it messes up a little bit. Control Z will go back, remove it. I don't really like that transition. I like the one that like swipes right. See, now watch this. I'm going to go back like that far. So there you see, I said, let me show you how to go get it. Swipe right, and then here. Now, another kind of interesting tip. If you are showing a website, you don't want somebody to see the web address, or maybe it's, you know, private or exclusive to something and you only want to show a little bit of your screen. This is something else that I learned that is really cool. So now that we're going to select this clip, right? Because this is the clip where I'm sharing my screen. We want the whole thing. And see this little button over here that says crop? We're going to hit that. It's going to pop up this window. Now I'm just going to come and I'm going to drag this down to just not show the address bar and maybe not show all of my icons down there for my start bar, so that as I'm sharing my screen, it's nice, crisp, and clear for the people that want to see it. And I hit confirm. Now, if I was to pull this up, you'll see that that's what it looks like. You can't see the web address and you can't see my bar, but you can see the full website. Very nice. And if I click play, you can see I'm talking about going to the Microsoft Store, you know, pretty handy stuff. All right, press escape. Okay, so that shows you how to do transitions. That shows you how to crop. Now, once you come down here, and I'm sharing my face again, which I might not be in this video. Yeah, it'll be this next half. Then you're going to want to go back to crop. Like if it was, say, let's pretend this one, and it would be cropped. You go back to crop and you just extend that back out if you want, or leave it. Who cares? Maybe somebody won't notice that you cut off an inch or so, you know, top or bottom or whatever the many pixels that is. But anyways, once you're done with your video, oh, well, then you can go, like I said, audio, and you can use the audio that comes with TikTok. So you can see that this is the TikTok audio. There's the trending ones and whatnot, and extend them. I'm just going to grab sunrise for the fun of it. So let's go over here. Let's hit the plus, then hold, click and hold. We can drag. I'm going to drag it over to there. Now you can see the song ends about right there. So we're going to whoop. You can make it fade in and out by grabbing that little bar there, but you can also grab this. There we go. Now it's probably way too loud. So I take this and it goes in decibels. About minus 30-ish is where it stops sounding quite so loud. Come in here. And I've heard feedback from several individuals that even minus 30, it's still too loud for your cell phone if you're watching a video on YouTube from your cell phone. So you may want to go even, you know, maybe in the 40s. See what that sounds like, if you can even hear the sound music. Yeah, I can hear the music, but it's extremely faint. So, you know, 40, that's 45, you know, 40-ish, depending on the song. Now, another thing that I learned, let's say, see, this song is only 30 seconds, right? Now that we have the song selected, see when you select something, it's highlighted around. We're going to highlight the sound. We're going to hit Control C to copy it. Now remember what I said, when you do the down arrow or the up arrow, it goes to the end. We're going to come to where we're almost at the end of the audio, but we're not going to try to click right there and get it exactly. We're going to hit the down arrow. See how it went to the end of my audio. Now we're going to do Control V for paste. Boom. There's my audio. See, and it's after I adjusted the end of it and after I adjusted the sound. Now we can just duplicate it. So there we go. And come over here, go to the back arrow, Control V. There's that. So on and so forth. All right. That is the basic, let me stop sharing my screen. So that is the basic functions of TikTok that I use. After you're done editing, of course, you go export, which is in the top right. Oops, excuse me, top right, because this is mirrored. I got to use this with my left hand. It's a little bit weird getting used to it though. But you hit export and then, I mean, the standard settings work. Just change your file name to whatever you want. And then it's ready to go to YouTube, right? As soon as you have your audio, your captions on there and your sound, which is very handy because captions on YouTube, you know, you have to type them in, or, you know, already have a text file or use Google Docs or some other method. But with CapCut, it'll just identify your voice, throw the captions in there for you. You can make them fancy. You can add out animations or whatever you want to do with them, right? But then that's it. ready. Now you have a way to edit videos from your Windows PC. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.